Welcome to the SKYE, a simple 3x1 that focuses on a player-friendly expansion without the need for core bunkers. It is equipped with new turret pod and Patrico Peak Gatehouse designs, which are connected to external TCs via TC passageways. The new gatehouses come with peaks both outside and inside the compound. Regardless of the bunkerless core, the base expands to have two side roof bunkers. These side roof bunkers also act as flank mobility chutes that can help you clear the shooting floor. Ramp peaks can be found on either side, which can be used in reverse as a mini mountain roof. 4 turrets cover the roof with space for some vending machines as well as a central ramp area for great head peaks. The central shooting floor is open for improved mobility, with each end having unique stair peaks. Flank bedrooms below the edges of the shooting floor are connected to the compound below as well as outer ramp peaks. Prison gates act as a quick exit route around these peaks. Pair this with lots of storage space and a cozy interior, the SKYE might be the base for you. Thank you for the awesome support recently, it is greatly appreciated. Due to the 3 tool cupboards, the upkeep on this base is relatively low. We start off the tour showing off these peaks that watch outside the compound. On each side you will find external TC passageways. You can replace these walls with windows if you would prefer. We enter one of the gatehouse passageways through this double door airlock. This can be used to clear outside the compound before you advance. This base is symmetrical by 2. In the TC passageway there is space for some beds, lockers and extra storage space, including one of your medium batteries. Here is the upkeep of each external TC, there are 2 of them on this base. We use multiple small planter boxes to achieve a perfect head height. These peaks watch outside and inside your compound. You will find drop boxes on either side for extra storage space in case you need to get back out into a fight. Once again we have another airlock using this double door. You can use these peaks to watch outside the compound before you even enter your gatehouse. There is space for 4 large furnaces within this compound. Above the new gatehouse you will find our turret pod peaks. Just above to the left and right of this ramp peak area, you will find some prison gates that help you exit your compound quickly to flank during a raid or to get back into the fight. This area is airlocked through single doors. Low wall peaks on these areas can be used to clear outside your compound. Once again, another airlock is found on the other side to enter the other quarter of your compound. Coming up this garage door will give access to our flank bedroom. This does then go up to the next floor into our shooting floor. This is a great way to retake your shooting floor as well as gain some unique angles into the compound. I will show the shooting floor later. Separated compound areas reduce the mobility for raiders. We now enter the base through the second floor. Here you will find a simple airlocked entrance that can be used early on into the wipe. On either side we have these ramp loot rooms. These can be replaced with open loot areas if you prefer. Down here is our main starter core. This open bunkerless core can be used by a range of group sizes. Here is the upkeep of the main TC. Coming up to the 3rd floor we enter our central shooting floor area. There is space here for many beds and deployables. You can customize this area as you like. There is space for a large battery here as well. Ramps are used with these Patrico peaks to allow you to gain some decent angles down below, while also being protected from raid bases. These triangle roof ramp peaks effectively give you a wide gap without the need for build outs. By using opposing triangles you can achieve some decent long angles as well as some vertical angles. Here, as previously mentioned, this is one of our flank bedrooms. On each side we have these stair peaks that allow us to watch outside the compound. These ramps can also be used to achieve a range of angles through this scissor peak. We can look outside the compound through our prison gates, as well as be able to clear our TC passageways. This is repeated on both sides. We now enter our roof area through this jump up. There is space here for some vending machines. You can replace any of these windows if you prefer more. Once again we use stairs to achieve a range of angles. This area is covered by 4 turret pods, 1 on each side. Ramps can be used to achieve a range of angles through our lower shooting floor. This lower shooting floor is accessed through our bunker area, which I will show in a bit. This central honeycomb area using these ramps allows us to gain some decent head peaks through these peaks. You can also opt to use these more open peaks if you would prefer. At the end of each TC passageway, this is how we enter one of our flank bunkers. This can be simply opened using twig. This also acts as a flank mobility chute that can help us clear our shooting floor. The bunker can be opened and closed like so. Coming up through this ladder hatch, we have these unique peaks through the wall stacking. These can be used to surprise raiders. Brutalist ramp peaks allow us to get some decent vertical angles as well as head glitches for long range. These can be used to watch the TC passageway as well as clear the roof above. We can use this low wall and jump up to clear our shooting floor from the side bunkers. The open shooting floor complements these peaks nicely as you can pretty much watch everywhere. Before we get into the build, I'd like to thank our sponsor, Blue Haven. Are you tired of getting offline raided and want to test one of my base designs? Blue Haven is the server for you. A 2x trio server dedicated to anti-offlines. They are one of the best servers to test your base design on, featuring 2x gather and online raid periods.
Sounds like the raid window's over. We're safe for now.
If you are interested and want to find out more about Blue Haven, you can find their Discord server on the screen or down in the description below. To start off the build, you want to place down this simple 3x1. The TC will go in the triangle to your left, and then feel free to add a shelf on the right hand side. Make sure to also add a double door frame, and you can just seal this in with a wooden door early on into the wipe. Make sure to place a frame before placing the TC and window. At this stage you can also add the reverse ramps. You must place these before the ones on top, otherwise you will not be able to place them. This is what your basic starter should look like. Now we will expand. Make sure to add a half-height jump up here before you add the full wall. Of course you will need to replace this double door with a garage door. Once again, make sure that you do not seal in the top, as this will be our jump up later. You can seal it by placing a door and a half-height floor. To access your base, you can add a jump up here, placing these foundations and then the square ramp like so. This is what your basic starter core should look like. Now we will add a second floor for added storage space. Add a simple single door airlock here, facing to the left. I recommend adding an armoured door here. It will protect the route to the TC. You can then complete the honeycomb next to the entrance so you can access your single door, and also you can add the jump up to the top floor. Feel free to add a half-height shelf for extra storage space. Now simply honeycomb the base using triangles. This is what the base should look like. Now you can do the second layer of honeycomb as well. I would like to note that two-way symmetry is now on. You must repeat this build out on either side. We will now wall stack these foundations to make our bunker and external TC. Build out by 5 squares, cap off with a triangle, and then come back with 2 half moons. cap off with another triangle, you can delete your original build out too, then build back by another 2 squares and cap off with a triangle, then come back with half moons and you will complete your wall stack. There should be a tiny gap in between these foundations and the wall. Now you want to build out by 5 squares. The first square will be where your entrance to your compound will be. You can check you've placed the right amount of squares by testing the building privilege. When the building privilege disappears, this is where you place your final 3 triangles. This is what it should look like. Now you can upgrade the middle triangle to metal, then these 2 squares to metal as well, and the rest can be stone. You can then place your TC early on into the wipe and simply seal it with a window. At this stage I recommend honeycombing the TC as well as adding the flank bedrooms for. This is great for splitting loot and having flanking opportunity very early on into the wipe. Now on the other 2 sides you want to place these foundations off the main TC. On the outer triangle place 2 half walls and 2 low walls, this is where your ramp peak will be. Add single door airlocks on either side with windows on the outside. Then place the floor and frames like so. You can upgrade the middle floor to metal. You can place this wall here as well as the frames on either side to help with compound placement. This will also assist with barricades, blocking the placement of the walls later. In the middle of the 3 remaining stone squares, you can place these extra squares. This is where our gatehouse and Patrico peaks will be. Place a half height wall as well as a floor on top. Then you can place a window frame on the outside. This will give the same effect as low walls but will give extra stability above. Make sure you place all of the walls first before the ramps, this will help with placement. Sometimes the placement of the walls will be blocked by the ramps. You can upgrade the central area to metal, as well as the foundation, half wall and floor. Then add frames everywhere else. At this stage you can add your ramps facing outwards. It might help to stand on this middle floor to place them. Then simply add chain link on either side, adding the gate in the middle. If you have turrets at this stage you could set them up now as you've already got the room for the battery behind it. Make sure when placing these double doors they open outwards to the single doors to make sure you airlock them. These windows should be facing outwards as well. You can also place your small planter boxes here too. This is what the base should look like. Now we are ready to complete our compound to put large furnaces down early on into the wipe. You should also place your prison gates at this stage as well. Make sure the gap is on the left hand side. If you don't have a gate PP, you can just put a double door here and replace it later. To place the walls, sometimes it is quite awkward to get the right lineup. Here you will see I make a mistake with the placement. Due to the new demolish feature, this isn't a big issue, so you can just keep trying until you get the right angle, or just simply watch back the video and see how I'm placing them. Then of course repeat this on the other side as well. Once you have the compound down, you can also place your large furnaces. Now we will do our roof bunkers. To start off though, we want to place these ramps to complete the honeycomb on the main TC. Make sure that these floors connect to the main TC and the gap is shown here. You can upgrade the triangle on the right hand side to high quality metal to prevent soft siding. You should also add a half height jump up here. You can do this earlier by just placing a half wall and then the jump up. You can also place it from the outside by placing twig through the walls. Add a doorway on the left hand side and then you can seal in the rest. Make sure that this wall faces outwards, creating the conditional. The same goes for this double door frame. Before you seal in your bunker, you can add a half height shelf like so. If you do not do it at this stage, you will permanently seal your bunker. You can check it works using twig first. Don't worry if the left hand side opens, this will be sealed later by placing a building block on top. You want to place these floors connected to the outer TC. Put a frame on the left hand side and then floors on the other side. Once again, check with twig if this works. If it does, you can upgrade. This building block on top will seal the left hand side. Add half height floors onto this side here and then a full wall on the other side. Here you want to place floors on either side and then a frame in the middle. Then you can seal in this area using low walls and the floors on the outside. And now that is our peak into our shooting floor complete. I would recommend upgrading these to the container skin, these help with crouching. Now you can expand our shooting floor like so. You can add ramps here to our Petrico peaks to cover our head. At this stage you can seal in the shooting floor by placing these doorways. Now we will do our flank bedroom and mobility chute. I would like to reiterate that two-sided symmetry is currently on still. You must repeat this on the other side as well. Complete the bedroom area by walling in either side. Place half walls on either side using frames in the middle. The middle triangle should also be a full floor. You can place 2 half walls for extra protection and then low walls on top. These should be upgraded to metal as well as the half walls on the side. The next stage is order specific, so you must place them in the right order. Simply place triangle frames everywhere. Then before placing the ramps, you can place your double door frames and garage doors. If you do not want garage doors here, like I do, you can then go ahead and place the ramps. Once again, I recommend upgrading these to shipping container skin. On each side you can place these frames for our scissor peak. You can place a stair ramp here to get some decent peaks. This will also be used as our jump up. On the left hand side, place a single door and then a window on the left. On the side of the entrance you can place a single door frame for your vending machine. Then place windows elsewhere. Then place a row of half walls for your turret pod area. Then place triangle ramps for some raid base protection. You can then go ahead and add honeycomb to the central area. You can add frames and then a square for your windmills on either side of the gatehouse. You can then go ahead and add embrasures like so. You can then go ahead and add these ramps. I should have done this earlier, so I apologise. You should also use Brutalist skin here for better peaks. That is pretty much the base complete. Now I will run through some deployables as well as recommended upgrades. I will start off showing how to place the boxes inside the bunker. Here are some upgrades I would recommend. And that completes the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing below, or joining the Discord community down in the description below. Thank you for watching.